This is Outlandish Zicky Dice, and you're watching the best of old school and new school. This is the Nation Network. Outlandish.
International Wrestling Federation.
From Universal Studios, Florida, the home of Earthquake, Confrontation, E.T., Back to the Future, and now plays host to the International Wrestling Federation from Soundstage 23, Universal Studios, Florida, where you can ride the movies and see the superstars of professional wrestling.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome back to the Nation Network. This is the IWF, and tonight, it's Rise of the Renegades here from Soundstage 23. Capacity crowd on hand tonight. Joining me in the broadcast booth, one half of the team from the XWF, Mean Scheme himself, to call the action tonight. Matches that we're looking forward tonight. Obviously, we still want to know who the tag team partners are going to be for Eddie Mansfield and Bam Bam Bigelow, respectively. Well, I'll tell you right now, I've got my own thoughts and opinions on that. I'm not sure who it's going to be for either team, but I can assure you one way or another, it is going to be phenomenal. All right, we're kicking things off right now with the IWF Tag Team Championship. Here are the undefeated, unbeatable tag team of Odessa Slim and Chubby MC, and they are getting ready to get in the ring. They left an open contract, and somehow the Disorderlies managed to sign on. Well, the Disorderlies, one of those teams that we're familiar with as well in the XWF, as they are not signed to any specific contract. They have been cross-promoting, you might say. Well, indeed, they've been free agents, and they have played both sides of the fence in this little battle that's been ensued here as we take a look at the tag team titles, and this is what they're going to be battling for right here tonight to kick things off on what promises to be a most memorable night of professional wrestling here on the Nation Network.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the International Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 456 pounds. And their opponents at a combined weight of 528 pounds. And
well, I dare say this Odessa Slim bears a striking resemblance to somebody else. I just can't quite put my finger on whom. Well, Odessa is definitely somebody who marches to the beat of his own drum, no doubt about that. But there is a familiarity factor, no two ways about it. But they've been incredibly successful in their run as tag team champions leading up to this big night. Referee calls for the bell. It's now officially underway. Here we go. Disorderly number one starting things off with Odessa Slim. Irish whip sends him into the corner. Action underway, and the tag team champions right away going to the double team. Well, that's going to be a big part of the strategy, of course, at any tag team match, but especially when the gold's on the line. You want to cut the ring in half, keep your opponent in your half of the ring as much as possible. I would expect the champions to be looking to do that. One thing we did mention, the fact that the Disorderlies have been on both sides of the fence, as you brought out earlier. What they haven't done is had a lot of success. They have had some success. They early on had some major victories that nobody could quite explain. But then again, not knowing who's under that mask, it could be anybody for all we know. Chubby MC just dropping the hammer. It might be considered hammer time in a way, as the whole world just came down on the chest of Disorderly number one, and now he's getting beat right in front of his tag team partner. We'd be remiss if we don't say hello to the fans joining us here live on the Nation Network for this historic night of the IWF wrestling action. Prime time's in the house. Juan Cordero's here as well. Welcome to Judd. WMC continues. Oh, man, 300 pounds walking right across the midsection. You know, it's going to be kind of like one of those Wile E. Coyote cartoons. You might have to scrape him up with a spatula if he does that a couple more times. The Disorderly now with a DDT. Little bit of offense now from Disorderly 1. Irish whip reversal, nicely done again. Oh, and he just got Chubby MC, who's got a new look here tonight. Roundhouse rights, left, boot to the midsection. Another DDT. Oh, I got to tell you, the Disorderlies right now putting up a little bit of offense here tonight. But we've seen that out of them in the past. Now the question is, are they going to have enough offense, I beg your pardon, to make it to the finish line? Well, with the tag team gold on the line, you never know. You never count anybody out. The fact that they were able to somehow get to that open contract ahead of all the other teams. Teams like Demolition that were guaranteeing themselves they were going to get. Nasty Ronnie said his tag team was going to be here tonight having this title match. And yet it turns out to be the Disorderlies. Disorderly number 2 posing for the fans. Shades of somebody else that we all know. Indeed. Although not quite the same physique. Odessa now is in the ring. Headbutt to the back of the head of Disorderly number 2. Takes him over. Nicely done. And now Odessa Slim. Tornado punch, and it drops him. Up in the air. Couldn't hold him. And now Disorderly from behind with a chop block to the knee. Well, that is a very effective maneuver right there. You catch a man behind that knee like that. A lot of very intricate and delicate parts to a knee. And if you take one of those out, you've got a one-legged warrior in the ring, and that is going to be a tough battle for anybody to fight. I don't care who you are. Disorderly number 2 now coming up with a headbutt. Highly effective, I might add. You know, I asked myself the question, when you see a masked wrestler with a headbutt that has that type of an effect, it almost makes you wonder if perhaps there could be something underneath that mask, if you know what I'm saying. Well, anything's possible. Right now, 3 out of the 4 men involved in this match under a mask. You would think we're in Mexico, but we're not. We're here in Orlando, Florida. Normally, I'd like to say sunny Orlando, Florida, but right now that's not the case. We've got storms outside, but we've got storms going on inside here as well, as the sound stage is capacity filled. Tickets on this one sold out in record time. What's it going to be like on July 6th? Well, indeed, this is the countdown in many ways to a big, big night. Even bigger than tonight, if you can imagine. Here comes the double team. No, I thought there was going to be a double team there by the Disorderlies, but instead Disorderly number 1 chooses to take him on himself, and there's a tag made. And now Disorderly number 2 back into the ring. Physically, Disorderly number 2 seems to be the bigger man, perhaps, if you want to call it that. Big elbow drop, really nicely done right there, putting all that weight right behind it. Well, the two of these guys measure up pretty evenly, quite honestly, that are in the ring right now. But the Disorderlies as a team give up a lot of weight to the tag team champions. And perhaps it is, you know, they say size doesn't matter, but perhaps it does, because these tag team champions, they have had some great matches. They've had people that came very close to separating them from the tag team gold, but could never get it done. And you almost have to wonder, the one common denominator, size advantage. Well, I would dare say that the longer the match goes, perhaps it would have played towards the favor of the Disorderlies. I don't look at Odessa Slim as somebody running a marathon, if you know what I'm saying. but they've done a great job of tagging in and out, and that'll keep them fresh. This is going to really be a human chess match as far as I can figure. Off the ropes now. No, what's he doing? Odessa, what's he doing? Had second thoughts. Shot to the midsection now. Irish whips him into the turnbuckle. Oh, he hit hard. Not only that, but got hit by disorderly number one at the same time. And that is one of the reasons why you want to keep your opponent in your corner. You start to fall into the wrong side there. Look at this. Big elbow. Bionic elbow. Normally something we're used to seeing from Odessa Slim. Well, I dare say if you're going to borrow it, then everybody gets to borrow it. Clothesline right there by disorderly number one. Well, you can't necessarily blame these guys from taking a page out of other people's books. Oh, there's a diamond cutter. He just took out. Wow, that was a close one right there, and if not for the save, we could have had new tag team champions here. I was just going to say, you can't blame somebody from using something that has been highly successful with other people, and right there we saw it. Senton splash drops him, and now going for the cover. WMC to retain, but the save made. Disorderly number two, realizing his partner was in a lot of trouble, and now wait just a moment, what's going on here? WMC, oh no! Nobody home. WMC came off that top rope, big splash, but no water in the pool when he got there. 300 pounds coming down, landing straight down on the canvas, and a lot of strikes happening here by disorderly number one. Well, right now the disorderlies have that momentum going in their favor, and that might be changing right here. Overhead press slam, and just like that, WMC might be stealing it back. Going to work on the arm. Chubby's had enough. He needs that tag. Well, that's to the point that I made earlier on. WMC is not a marathon runner, I dare say. Neither is Odessa Slim. So they're going to have to really regulate their minutes in the ring and make sure they are tagging out frequently to keep their energy levels where they need to be. Tag made now by the disorderlies as well. Big clothesline right there. Nicely done by number two as he goes up to celebrate. Probably not the right move. Well, he got away with it. And Odessa Slim now is in trouble. It's been a long, long time since we have seen the disorderlies this close to a major victory. Off the ropes, though, back body drop, and down he goes. Odessa now picking him right back up. No rest for the weary. Gets the big man up and has him over to the turnbuckle head first, and that might be a beginning of the end. Did you see his head snap back off that turnbuckle pad? He is in possibly concussed, hard to tell right now, and again, wearing those masks, you never really get to see the expression on the face of the opposition. Has him up, cross knee, backbreaker, another one, and throws Odessa Slim as if he were a lightweight. Far be it. Fans, this cross-promotional card of wrestling tonight, we're going to see some of the biggest and best of all time. Kick out right there by Odessa. The first official meeting tonight between the Macho Man Randy Savage and Ravishing Rick Rude as a result of what took place a few weeks ago on the XWF programming with Miss Elizabeth. Oh, indeed, I don't mind telling you, the Macho Man has been furious for the last few weeks. Ravishing Rick Rude tonight is his first day back from suspension. The Macho Man has been seething for the opportunity to get back in the ring, and that's going to happen here tonight. Head first into the buckle. Odessa Slim is in trouble. From behind now, has him up. German suplex. And now follows it up with a devastating clothesline, turns him inside out. These disorderlies must be thinking the tag team titles are on the line. Oh, wait, they are on the line. Again, going after him with the bionic elbow, and again, down he goes. Odessa maybe getting beat at his own game. There's two. Cannot believe how close we were just now to having new tag team champions crowned. Hear this crowd chanting, tag team wrestling. Another big roundhouse, and Odessa's in trouble. Well, I dare say that Odessa Slim now needs to make the tag out. He's been in there perhaps a little too long. As we get into what they refer to as the deep water, I would suggest that it's going to come down to whichever team does the better job of keeping the fresh man in the ring. I'll tell you, Disorderly number one has really used a lot of strikes. And, oh, there's a big cutter once again. He hooks the leg. Will that be enough for a victory? Do we have new tag team champions? We do. I can't believe this. What just happened? We're going to take a look at the replay of events. Ladies and gentlemen, the Disorderlies somehow managed to find a way to do what no other team has done in over 6 months. They have defeated Odessa Slim and Chubby MC. I can't believe what I just witnessed. Well, we take a look here at the replay of some of the action that we just got to witness, and unbelievable is, I believe, the right word. As we saw those big elbows raining down, definitely got the attention of Chubby MC at that time. And look at these strikes, forearms, elbows. Fans, we are just kicking off the action. I still can't believe it. I cannot believe the Disorderlies, who have been on a massive losing streak, have just turned it around. You talk about luck of the draw. We take a look at the last moments. Right there it is. And hold on, what's going on? They're taking off their masks in the ring. The Disorderlies are unmasking. Are you kidding me? Oh, how about that? American made were the Disorderlies the whole time? I don't know, but I can tell you that the XWF Tag Team Champions are now also the IWF Tag Team Champions. That's how we kick it off. We'll be back in just a moment. Wrestling fans, make sure you join us on Saturday mornings right here for Saturday Morning Superstars of Wrestling. All of the greats from the past will be right here on Saturday mornings here on the Nation Network. Names like Rowdy Roddy Piper, Bruno Sammartino, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Magnificent Morocco, and many, many more. All the action right here on the Nation Network Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you gonna do when the legends of wrestling run wild on you? All right, fans, we're back, and I still can't believe what just took place. You didn't know that they were in that? I had no idea that they were the Disorderlies.
It's scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, accompanied by the Mount of the South, Jimmy Hart from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing in at 247 pounds. The Honky Tonk Man.
Well, we knew that this was going to be an interpromotional match right here with the Honky Tonk Man. We did not know that the opening match was going to be interpromotional. And right now, the XWF Tag Team Champions, American made, are also the IWF Tag Team Champions. But I might say a little underhanded by not advertising accurately. Well, we don't know that they did or didn't. Quite honestly, I don't know if Dusty and Diamond were the Disorderlies the entire time, or were they just disguised tonight? I don't know. But that's something that I'll try to get an answer to in the weeks to come.
Weighing in at 228 pounds, the Assassin.
As we get a look at the former American Heritage Champion, the Nuclear Assassin, along with Nasty Ronnie, the leader of the Nasty organization. And tonight, there's some damage control to be dealing with at this point in time because the XWF stealing the IWF Tag Team titles from Soundstage 23. That's how you guys do it, huh? That's how you are guests in our home, by misrepresenting. Hey, listen, I have no idea what happened with that whole thing. I'm just here to call the action. Looking forward to some great matchups. What happened in that match, I've got no control over whatsoever. I had no knowledge of it. If I did, I'd tell you. Well, I'm going to trust you at your word. But somebody, I'm not sure, maybe Teddy Long. Well, anything indeed is possible. Bell Sounds action's underway here. Clothesline, and down goes the Honky Tonk Man to start things off. Of course, the Honky Tonk Man, a former, long-time Intercontinental Champion, goes for the cover now. The Assassin thinks he's going to pull one out quickly. There's two. Oh, my goodness. He almost pulled off another upset. Yeah, that would have been two upsets in a row, but to your point, that would have definitely evened up the scoreboard a little bit. Honky Tonk going early on. Shake, rattle, and roll, wasting no time at all. This one might be over quickly. Honky Tonk with the 2 count, and he almost got 3. Well, you can see Honky Tonk now giving the official a little bit. This crowd here in Orlando, Florida, on their feet, and the match just began. He's going to do it again? What in the world is going on here? Shake, rattle, and roll for the second time. I highly doubt you're kicking out of 2 of those. But he does! Crowd calling for one more time. The Honky Tonk Man has a massive lead right now if he can finish this thing up. Elbow drop off the top rope, and now the Assassin in trouble. Grinding the face of the Assassin into the canvas is the Honky Tonk Man. Well, the Nuclear Assassin got off to a really good start, and I think the problem is he ended up getting the attention of the Honky Tonk Man because he almost pinned him. And now Small Package catches him in. Referee's there for the count. There's 2. Oh, Honky just barely kicked out of that one. You can hear the cackle of Jimmy Hart at ringside, almost mocking the Nuclear Assassin. I don't know if that's such a good idea, Mr. Hart. Cover and hooks the leg one more time. There's 1. There's 2 count. He got the Honky Tonk Man. Are you kidding me? Somebody check the forecast because I think hell just froze over. First, we've got new tag team champions under the hood. And now, after surviving 2 shake, rattle, and rolls, the Nuclear Assassin pulls off a massive victory over the Honky Tonk Man. I'll tell you, I've been watching this man for many years, and I cannot believe that happened the way it did. Surviving one of the shake, rattle, and rolls is unheard of. To do it twice, absolutely unprecedented. Here's the second one, and we all thought the match was over. in record-setting time. Look at the count. There's the 1, 2. The referee's hands on the way down as he kicks out at the last moment. Even after that, Honky Tonk following up with that big elbow. I believe he should have gone for the pin right there. Here was a small package reversal that almost did him in. What a shocking series of events we are experiencing here tonight as part of Rise of the Renegades.
Here is your winner, the Assassin.
A big victory here, ladies and gentlemen, for the IWF. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Unbelievable start to Rise of the Renegades.
You have what it takes to become a professional wrestler. Become part of the fast-paced, slam-bam world of professional wrestling by joining the official IWF Training Center. Learn training and conditioning methods from professionals and find out what it takes to become a superstar in pro wrestling. You have tried the rest, so learn from the best at the IWF Training Center by calling area code 407-438-6411. Area code 407-438-6411. Don't miss it. Be there.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the International Wrestling Television Championship.
The IWF Television Championship on the line here tonight. The former IWF Heavyweight Champion, Cliff Anderson, trying to regain some glory and get some gold back around his waist. Once again, managed by Nasty Ronnie. Ronnie's 1 for 1 tonight. Let's see if he can go 2 for 2, and that's going to not be an easy task, though. Well, I understand that the newly crowned television champion, Lightning Lou Perez, for the second time, the television champion, by the way, this will be his first title defense, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed, and for those of you not familiar, the way things work around here with a TV title, if you get 4 consecutive title defenses, then you will forfeit that title, and you'll be able to name whichever champion you want to go after. Lou Perez did that the first time around, went after Cliff Anderson for the IWF Heavyweight Championship, came up on the short end of the stick. So here's a return match of sorts where the roles are reversed as well. Fans, remind you to please hit the like button, share this out with your friends, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Lightning Lou Perez has been a tremendous talent here in the IWF from the beginning. He's managed to take that television championship and bring it across the finish line, so to speak, in the past. Will he be able to do it twice? Time will tell. But here's step 1. Well, it is referred to as the Universal Television Championship.
Introducing the challenger from New York, weighing in at 230 pounds, Cliff Anderson. And his opponent from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, the International Wrestling Television Champion, Lightning Luis Perez.
As we get ready for a title, our second title match of the night. Once again, welcome to everyone joining us here live on the Nation Network. DHW in the house. Also joining us, Hot Shit and William Perkins. Welcome aboard. Fans, don't forget, take a moment to click that like button down below. It helps the channel to get out to more eyes and introduces more people here to the nation. Lightning Lou Perez with a devastating right hand, and down goes Cliff Anderson. Right away going for a submission hold. Oh, they don't call him Lightning Lou for nothing. Boy, he's not wasting time here at all. Rocking Cliff Anderson here. What do we know about Mr. Anderson? Well, again, he's a former IWF heavyweight champion. Managed to take that title away from Blackjack Mulligan, and that's no easy task. Snapmare takes him down. And now Anderson with that shin lock in. A nice reversal right there by Lou Perez. I have to admit, Cliff Anderson with a striking resemblance perhaps to one Arn Anderson. Well, according to Cliff, they are cousins. Somewhat distant relatives perhaps. But he is from the clan of the Andersons. All right, now both men jockeying for position, and both men getting great opportunities here. He's going to wrench it up on that headlock right now, and the champion. See the referee's over there in the corner busy with something, perhaps Nasty Ronnie, when we weren't paying attention. I'm not really familiar with Mr. Ronnie, but if your first name is Nasty, the chances are, well, he earns it, I can assure you with that. Head first across the turnbuckle, but look at this. Lou Perez right back to the tie-up, not allowing Cliff Anderson to build any momentum. Oh, there's some momentum. But again, back and forth as both men have the answer for one another. Up against the ropes now. Let's see what happens here. Lightning Lou has Anderson. Gut first across the top rope. And now hammering away on Cliff Anderson is Lightning Lou Perez. Ladies and gentlemen, the normal 10-minute time limit that applies to the TV title has been waived for tonight. This match will have no time limit. Pinfall submission is the number one goal here. Of course, it could be a countout, could be a DQ. Big splash off the top rope for two. Oh, very close right there, and that was a high-impact maneuver if ever there was one. Anderson with a wild chop that missed the target. Oh, there's a DDT. Talk about the trademark. Do we have a new champion? No. The shoulder shoots up off the canvas at the last possible second. Went for the boot, nobody home, and now clothesline, down he goes. Stomping away on the arm, and that's another Anderson tradition. Picking out a body part, working it over. And now Cliff Anderson bouncing the head of the champion off the canvas, and now going for the cover. He's got the shoulders down, but couldn't keep him there. Anderson administering last rites, as we've seen him do in the past. And a lot of times that has equaled a victory. Let's see if it matters tonight. Still to come, ladies and gentlemen, the interpromotional tag team match. Nice German into a bridge. 2 count. Oh, I thought he had him that time. Well, that one was very close indeed. And now Lightning Lou Perez raking the eyes of Cliff Anderson. That is definitely something that we're not used to seeing from Lightning Lou Perez. However, there is history between these two. Flying shoulder off the ropes. Anderson right now is in a lot of trouble, and Lightning Lou, the champion, going to take over here. What's he got in mind? Driving the knee into the canvas. Oh, a stomp right on the head. Cliff Anderson's in trouble, and now targeting the arm. Well, to be specific, the right hand, it appears, being stomped on. Lightning Lou dishing out. Oh, the twist of fate. And now he and Nasty Ronnie having some words. Well, I'll tell you, Nasty Ronnie is buying his man a reprieve and a much-needed break. This match could have been over right there, I believe. Nice neck breaker by the champion. Float over for the cover. And he gets the win. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lightning. Well, Lightning Lou Perez apparently learning from that defeat at the hands of Cliff Anderson in the past. And perhaps with a chip on his shoulder comes the fight. And he got as nasty as anybody would want to get. Oh, I've got to tell you right now, Nasty Ronnie's 1-1 tonight. Not real happy about this one, I'm sure. And you almost have to wonder if Cliff Anderson underestimated the champion. Well, how can you underestimate the champion? Well, think about it. I mean, he already held a victory over him. Well, that was then. This is now. Look at that. He really got deep in there, raking the eyes. That missile shoulder block did a lot of damage as well. I'll tell you, I cannot believe. Look at the twist of fate. This led up to the distraction, but it would not matter because at the end of the day, still your television champion. Well, that's one down and 3 to go.
International Wrestling Television Champion, Lightning Lewis.
We'll be back with more. Stay with us.
Hi, it's me, Antonio Banderas. When I use my Bosch fridge, it makes me feel different. It makes me feel like Antonio Banderas.
Well, I hear you, brother. Because when I use my Bosch power tools,
I feel like the Macho Man Randy Savage. You dig it?
I do dig it, Randy.
Powerful power tools.
Phenomenal appliances.
Rotary hammers.
Dishwashers.
Mighty sauce.
Induction cooktops.
Randy! Coming! Impact drivers.
Refrigerators.
Watch this. Elbow!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
All right, fans, we are back here, Orlando, Universal Studios, Soundstage 23. This is the IWF Rise of the Renegades, teaming up with the XWF, and this is an XWF match. I'm going to turn it over to you for this one.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Sarasota, Florida, weighing in at 239 pounds, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, I'd have to say that by now most everybody has probably seen what happened to the lovely Miss Elizabeth recently. Just a couple of weeks ago, and it was unbelievable. I've seen a lot of things in my life, but I believe we have the video right here. Ravishing Rick Rude went for the clothesline, missed the Macho Man, and ended up taking out Miss Elizabeth instead. That was 3 weeks ago now. And the Macho Man has not had a chance to get his hands on the Ravishing One since this took place. And here comes Ravishing Rick Rude.
Minnesota, weighing in at 240 pounds.
His first day off of suspension. And it should also be pointed out, without the services of one Bobby the Brain Heenan, as Heenan walked out on the the Macho Man, not wasting any time. Savage is ready to go. Well, as you might expect, this thing was going to break down. There's been no bell. The referee has not even started the match yet, but the Macho Man Randy Savage looking for some retribution here ringside. Bobby the Brain Heenan literally quit the IWF rather than be the guest referee on July 6th between Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. That leaves the Heenan family, or the group formerly known, I suppose, as the Heenan family, without their leader. And right now, Ravishing Rick Rude perhaps would have him in the corner with him, but that will not be the case. Well, not only that, but we're still waiting on word as to who will be the referee for that big match. Head first into the concrete floor. Oh, the Macho Man right now handing out some retribution, and this is right where they left off. Savage is back in the ring. Going up to the top. Crossbody block to the floor, and Ravishing Rick Rude just paying the price. Referee gonna have to try and do something to get control over these two. We still haven't had an official bell. Savage head first, Ravishing Rick Rude into the concrete floor. He's been busted open. Ravishing Rick Rude just driven into the concrete floor. Now Savage waiting on him in the ring. Look at the blood streaming down the face of Ravishing Rick Rude. Now the match is officially underway. Oh, I gotta tell you, I've not seen the Macho Man unhinged like this in quite some time. Randy Savage now has him up in an airplane spin, as if his head hasn't done enough already. Nice move right there by Ravishing Rick Rude with the up kick, sending Savage into the corner. Oh, and he runs into the big boot. The Macho Man, elbow, right to the top of the head. The madness is on full display here on Soundstage 23. Boy, that blood really streaming down the face of Ravishing Rick Rude. This is officially a blood feud, as if it weren't before. Oh, he is really going to open that thing up. Look at him hammering away, and Ravishing Rick Rude is still dazed. You know, we talked about the fact that Bobby the Brain Heenan is not here for Ravishing Rick Rude. It should also be noted that Miss Elizabeth is not here for her man either. Cross ankle sweep now. Ravishing Rick Rude going to try and get him back up. And he did, but had no luck with that whatsoever. Now Savage splashed down across the chest. We saw the video moments ago. A lot of people say it was definitely an accident. I don't believe Rick Rude tried to injure Miss Elizabeth. Oh, I don't believe so either, but that be as it may. If you're the Macho Man Randy Savage and you witness that happening, you're going to do what you've got to do. And right now, he just continues to go to work on that injured forehead. Chop block to the back of the knee by the Macho Man. And now Ravishing Rick Rude pulling himself out to the apron. You know, if I'm Ravishing Rick Rude right now, I'm thinking it might be time to step outside and buy myself a break. Macho Man off the apron. The Macho Man Randy Savage, he'll drop that elbow any place, anytime. Here's a scoop and a slam on the concrete floor. Ravishing Rick Rude had better figure out something here quickly. Oh, no, don't do this. No. Pile driver. Savage continuing to hammer away on that injured head. Referee's count just got disturbed. And now the Macho Man splashed down on Ravishing Rick Rude. There's a puddle of blood that he's laying in. Oh, this thing has really broken down. I don't even think the Macho Man cares if he wins the match or not. No, clearly this is not about the win or the loss. This is about handing out punishment. And it is very personal, as you would imagine it would be. Ravishing Rick Rude is absolutely hemorrhaging right now. Referee might have to step in there for his own good and perhaps bring an end to this match. Well, you have to admit that if he is unable to see, and that blood could easily be going right into the eyes of Ravishing Rick Rude for his own safety, then the referee might indeed have to call it. Savage continuing to stomp away. Oh, the crowd here is absolutely dismayed. Look at the carnage. Look at it. I don't think I can remember Rick Rude ever being on this level of punishment. Well, if it wasn't personal before, it darn sure well is now. Staining the mat. Gut wrench suplex now by the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Well, you have to start to believe that if he wanted to, at any point in time, the Macho Man could put this one away. Look at Rick Rude. He's a mess. There's no way he can see what's going on. And now the Macho Man, Randy Savage, driven into the canvas, and now Ravishing Rick Rude going for the cover. It appeared to me that Savage might have had a foot underneath the bottom rope. Referee might be well served to take a look at that next time around. Savage went for the clothesline and Rude ducks it out. Look at the, I cannot believe how bad Ravishing Rick Rude has been busted open in this one. The blood is literally just pouring down. I'm not sure if he donated that much at a blood clinic. This is absolutely unbelievable what we are seeing in this match. Oh, and now Savage just got caught. And he's busted open. Oh, it is officially a bloodbath now. Both men with the crimson mask. Not as bad as Ravishing Rick Rude, I dare say. From the top rope now, what has Rude got in mind? Went for the drop kick, and it's not going to happen. This is an old-fashioned Donnybrook. I can tell you it's been a lot of years since I've seen one like this. Referee's just standing back at this point in time. I'm not sure she even has a clue what to do with these two. Macho Man back in control. Oh, I'll tell you, this one's going to shave years off the careers of these two guys. Oh, look at the disrespect by the Macho Man, Randy Savage. As Savage again goes to the head of Ravishing Rick Rude. At this point, Rude is completely covered in his own bloodshed. This looks like a crime scene. Well, we do have yellow ropes around it. Plenty of DNA evidence, no doubt about that. This is unbelievable. Look at the Macho Man just continuing. Savage asking him to get back up. Went for the boot to the midsection. Rude caught it. Savage follows up with a clothesline. And now the Macho Man was ravishing Rick Rude. What's he going to do? Snaps him across the top rope. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee is going to have to do something about this. And now the Macho Man, what's he got in mind? He's got a steel chair. Referee tried to take it away from him, and he said, I don't think so. If he uses a steel chair, he is going to get himself disqualified. He tried to throw that in the ring. Look at this. To the ropes. Out front. Dropped down by Rude. Back out front. And the Macho Man was ready. Series of left jabs and a right hand. Clothesline sends him over the top rope. And now the referee just took the steel chair away from the Macho Man. I'll tell you what, we have seen some brutal matches in the past, but I don't know that anything matches up to what I'm seeing right now. Savage bringing down all the hell and brimstone that he can muster. Now what's he gonna do? Ravishing Rick Rude. Oh, go behind, and now Macho Man, Randy Savage. Back and forth, these two exchanging blows here ringside. Clothesline by Rude, and Savage is right back up. Look at Rude going for the pose down, and it's not that type of a match, my friend. You're going to have to do something else. Macho Man Randy Savage now waiting on Rick Rude. Boot to the midsection. Oh, no. Concrete floor again with a pile driver. Rude is out. We're going to need medical attention. There's just no way. Referee thinks she can perhaps stall for time. Head first into the concrete floor. Ravishing Rick Rude is unconscious. We're going to need medical attention. Well, he managed to barely get up to his feet, but he was not going to beat the count. And I dare say that we haven't seen the last of these guys. No, this was definitely not the final chapter, but man, oh man, when you talk about going for retribution, what the Macho Man Randy Savage just handed out tonight was unprecedented. Well, as we mentioned earlier, both men busted open in this one. But ravishing Rick Rude definitely going to be worse for the wear after this one. And perhaps the lack of having Bobby the Brain Heat in here. This place, I'll tell you what, we're going to need a crime scene lab to come out here and clean this place up. What a mess.
Here is your winner, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Nothing has been settled here tonight, but I do believe the Macho Man is happy. We'll be back with more in just a moment. The Tag Team Tornado match.
Well, let me tell everybody something. America is back. 2024 was a great year. And in 2025, we made the decision to make America great again. In what better way? With real American beer. We're bringing America back together in 2025 with real American beer. So what you gonna do when real American beer and all my Hulkamaniacs run wild on you?
Welcome back, fans. Rise of the Renegades co-feature main event. Texas Tornado Tag Team matchup, and oh boy!
Tag team match. Introducing first.
Well, we've got half the question answered.
332 pounds. The Boss Man.
Well, Bam Bam Bigelow indeed picking a tag team partner, someone who knows a little bit about laying down the law and order. Oh, indeed, the man who will make you serve hard times, the Big Boss Man, is going to apparently be the tag team partner for Bam Bam Bigelow here tonight. Well, that leaves the question, who?
From Asbury Park, New Jersey.
As we take a look at Bam Bam Bigelow, who did Eddie Mansfield choose as his tag team partner? Well, we're going to find out the answer to that one very shortly, I believe. Once again, thank you to everybody joining us here live on the Nation Network. Jamon Scott in the house. Welcome back. Bam Bam Bigelow taking center stage. And once again, fans, if you haven't already, please click the like button down below and help us out. Well, the waiting is going to continue.
Columbus, Georgia, weighing in at 231 pounds, Eddie Mansfield.
Well, it's 48 hours ago that Eddie Mansfield shook off the rust, so to speak. He got back in the ring and went up against Tevin Noon and managed to pull out a victory, but it wasn't easy. Well, of course, at a person who has got a long, illustrious in-ring career around the world, I might add, Mr. Noon. Granted, he's in the sunset part of his career, but at the same point in time, when you bring that much experience, going up against a man who has been absent from the ring for nearly a decade. I'm not sure how much I like his odds here tonight, but I'll give credit for the owner of the company to step through the ropes. Still to come, the IWF World Championship title on the line.
And from Sweetwater, Texas, weighing in at 260 pounds, Black Jack Mullins.
Blackjack Mulligan is the partner chosen by Eddie Mansfield, and why not? Well, the former IWF heavyweight champion, one half of the Blackjacks legendary tag team over the years. Of course, the father of Barry and Kendall Windham. And he is about as Texas tough as any of them come. Well, based on the way the night started out, ladies and gentlemen, we can say one thing for sure. You have no idea what's going to come next because we don't know what's going to come next. Texas Tornado match means that all four men are legal. Bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go. We're going to do our best to call all the action, but it is going to get crazy. And Eddie Mansfield going straight after Bam Bam Bigelow. Mansfield, holy cow! Well, talk about teaching an old dog a new trick. Mansfield apparently has had somebody teaching him. I dare say he wasn't doing those moves back when he was active. He didn't pull those out against Tevin either. Look at this, catches the boss man off the top rope, and right now the owner of the IWF is on fire. And now the two, well, I was going to say the two big men, but realistically, three of them are all huge. But Blackjack Mulligan and Bam Bam Bigelow now sizing up, and look at Blackjack Mulligan taking on both men and giving a quick reprieve for the Continental Lover himself, Eddie Kingston. So it appears that he did a very good job in selecting a tag team partner. Yeah, I can't think of a much better choice he could have made. You're talking about a guy who's normally used to things like a Texas bull rope. Texas bull rope, steel cage, Texas death match. Blackjack Mulligan has done it all. You see him wearing that black glove on his hand, and we know that he has that big claw hold that has brought him a lot of success. His son Barry Windham adopted it later on in the years and also able to use it very successfully. And now here comes the kendo stick. Didn't get to use it. Dropped him with a DDT to Bam Bam Bigelow. And just like that, Blackjack Mulligan evening it up and using the kendo stick on Bam Bam Bigelow. He just destroyed that stick over the head of Bam Bam Bigelow for what he did to Eddie Kingston a couple of weeks ago on the XWF. Kingston coming off the top rope, driving that knee into the chest of the big boss man. Indeed, Mansfield had gone to the XWF to extend an invitation to tonight, and Bam Bam Bigelow, rather than just accept it, turned around and laid Eddie Mansfield out. Now Bigelow going for the cover, and the Continental Lover is spared, courtesy of his tag team partner, Blackjack Mulligan. Inside the ring, outside the ring, and Eddie Mansfield going underneath. He's got a steel chair. It's legal, and he's turning his attention to the boss man, who caught him with a devastating right hand. Oh, fans, I've got to tell you right now, you should be here for this one. July 6th, where will you be? Well, you know what? That brings up a very important question, because we're all wondering it. And look at this, Blackjack Mulligan going to try and put him away. We understand that the demand for tickets has been so great, there is talk about moving venues. There's a cover of two, and Mansfield almost getting to even things up with Bam Bam Bigelow. Eddie Mansfield off the top rope, driving that knee right into the chest, or the head perhaps, of Bam Bam Bigelow, as the big boss man now clotheslining Blackjack Mulligan. Oh, this time it is the big boss man able to make the save, because things were not looking too good for Bam Bam Bigelow. Look at the boss man standing right on top of the owner of the IWF. Bigelow slingshots himself on top of Blackjack Mulligan. Mansfield just got sent flying across the ring, courtesy of the big boss man. Oh, this is as chaotic as we anticipated it would be. Bigelow has got Blackjack Mulligan pressed over, head and down. Spine buster. Mansfield's in trouble. Big boss man is waiting for his moment, and this could be it. Oh, the boss man slam, and I don't think you're kicking out of that one, Mr. Mansfield. Oh, he does. Eddie Mansfield managed to get the shoulder up somehow. Big boot to the midsection now, and the boss man got caught. Not sure where he's getting this from. Blackjack Mulligan has got the kendo stick and turns his attention and focus once again back to Big Boss Man. Well, right now the Boss Man had a 2-on-1 disadvantage, at least momentarily. Irish whip to the ropes, back out front, the Continental Lover with a clothesline. Meantime, that kendo stick being used on ringside. Bam Bam Bigelow, Irish whip reversal into the steel post. There's a count of two. He almost got him. that close, and there would have been no save made. Bam Bam Bigelow took that steel post in stride. Eddie Mansfield right now is fighting for nothing he's ever fought for before. This is more than pride. This is his company. Already tonight, the XWF has come in and stolen his tag team championship. Well, again, I don't know that we can use the term stolen. Well, what other word do you want to use? A couple of guys came in mass and stole the titles. They were not the names on the marquee. Well, we really don't know who the names on the marquee were. So you're telling me that Dusty and Diamond were the Disorderlies the entire time? I can't say that for sure at all, but I will definitely try to get to the bottom of it. Boss Man just landing a heavy shot, and now Blackjack Mulligan in there with a shot to the midsection, and the Boss Man is back down again. The Continental Lover going to work on him. I dare say this match might not get won, or might not be won by the better team per se. It could just be the team that's lucky. Greetings from Asbury Park. Oh, man, Mansfield with that baseball bat on Bam Bam Bigelow. There to make the save, but turns around into a spine buster. Oh, this one is absolutely chaotic right now, ladies and gentlemen. And now the Boss Man, very familiar with a stick. Well, he thinks he's in Cobb County Correctional right now, and Eddie Mansfield is inmate number 1. Boss Man slam again, and this is not good. The Continental Lover is out. A tremendous fight. And that's what it was. It was a fight. This was not a wrestling match. It wasn't going to be a wrestling match. Well, indeed, it was not. And while the IWF playing host here tonight, the XWF taking the most. Mansfield is not going to be at all satisfied with the way things turned out here tonight. And it does beg the question, what will that mean for July 6th? Well, still plenty of questions to be answered in the co-promotional event, including naming a venue. Look at the Boss Man there with the big slam. We've seen him end many a match with that very move right there. Well, the Continental Lover was able to get out of it the first time, but here around the second time around, wasn't going to have so much success. Big victory indeed.
Here are your winners, the Boss Man and Dan Bigelow.
The blood flows tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with our main event. Stay with us.
There's only one man who can tell the world all that goes on in pro wrestling.
I'm Captain Lou, and I'm talking to you about the world of pro wrestling. Call me. I'm telling you. This number's for you. Mom, you raised a great son.
There'll be no more calls for you, Lou. My boys and I are taking you in. Get it. Come on.
I got a right to make one phone call, and so do you.
Lou Albano's Wrestling Hotline, available until further notice or a hearing. Call now. $1.50 for the first minute, 35 cents each additional minute.
And we're back.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the International Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
All right, fans, this is it. Once again, like, share, subscribe. Our brand new IWF champion, 4. He had to deal with the roadblock for 3 consecutive weeks in order to get the shot against Cliff Anderson. But once he had the opportunity, he went through Anderson like a hot knife through butter. Well, indeed, it appears that Thor was the orchestrator, perhaps, of all of the chaos between these two sound stages. Well, I'm not going to completely disagree with you on that. It takes 2 to tango, but yes, Thor was the initiator. He felt from the beginning that having the XWF on our property, as he felt it was, and especially so geographically close, was dividing the fan base and was going to hurt our product, and he took it upon himself to do the things he did. And yes, he got a couple of other people involved in that, one of which has been out and not medically cleared in over 4 weeks, Rob Von Dam. So there's been a price to be paid, is my point, by both sides. At some point in time, we've got to turn the page. Well, I believe that could be easier said than done, just like here tonight, as Thor takes a look at his opponent. And my understanding is these two men had their first time to meet last week. What was actually 48 hours ago, Thor successful in his return match with Cliff Anderson, and at the end, this man right here, Mordecai, comes out of nowhere, clobbers a champion, picks up the title, and drills it into his head. And since joining the IWF, Mordecai has been not only undefeated, he has been uncontested. He has dominated everything and everyone he's been put in there, and he's had some big names. One of them, Blackjack Mulligan, a man we just saw moments ago, and you see what Blackjack can do. But he couldn't do anything against this man. Is Thor going to be different, or are we going to have a new champion tonight?
Introducing the challenger. From Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing in at 270 pounds, Mordecai. And his opponent, from Asgard, weighing in at 248 pounds, the International Wrestling Heavyweight Champion,
This is indeed the main event, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you can sense the tension here and cut it with a knife, as they like to say. Thor coming straight at Mordecai, but Mordecai was there to thwart the attack. Thor, normally the bigger, more powerful man in the match, and he might still have the power advantage. That's to be seen. But Mordecai's got him in size. He's got a height advantage. He's got a weight advantage. Both of these guys are in really good shape. Well, he's got a bigger advantage, does Thor, and that is he has the champion's advantage, which of course means he can be disqualified, he can get counted out, and still become and retain the IWF champion. Well, that's entirely true. Mordecai has all the pressure. He's got to get a pinfall or a submission on a man that doesn't take pinfalls and submissions very often at all. Referee watching on from a safe distance here, as this is the main event of what has proven to be a historic night for both the IWF and the Nation Network. We thank all of you who have been part of it with us. Tie up again. Gotta tell you, I'm a little bit surprised to see anything that resembles scientific wrestling between these two guys. I thought for sure they were just going to come out and tear into one another, much like what we saw with Savage and Ravishing Rick Rude. Oh, I don't know that we'll ever see anything like Savage and Rick Rude again. That was absolutely unbelievable. Mordecai now with the champion head first into the mat. Choking him out. Referee's just standing by and allowing it to happen. Well, I don't personally agree with that. A lot of times when a title's on the line, referees are going to allow a little bit of leniency because they don't want to be the deciding factor in the outcome. But that said, you open a lot of doors when you start letting things slip through the cracks. Just ask Caitlin Clark. Rake of the back now. Over the shoulder, drops him across the top rope first, and now the champion is in trouble. Drops the leg, goes for the cover, does not hook the leg, and gets a 1 count. Thor able to kick out. When Mordecai made his debut here, it was preceded with a video in which he stated, "The days of judgment will be upon you." Tonight, according to him, is Thor's judgment night. Clothesline, and the champion down again. And right now, Thor finding out what everyone else that has stepped in the ring with Mordecai has found out. This man is different. And now the champion with a knee in the back, and he's trying to draw submission. Well, I dare say you're going to have to come up with a lot more than that if you're going to try and get that man to submit. Well, he was trying to do more than that, but Mordecai reversing it. And I've got to tell you, the challenger right now looking like he's in a really good position. Has him up across the shoulder. Backbreaker, but he got to the ropes. Mordecai now, what's he got in mind? From the top rope. Clothesline, and oh, he almost decapitated the champion with that one. Look at him reaching deep into the eyes, and now Thor firing back. Thor with a sleeper hold. Well, smart move right there by the challenger to break that up quickly. The longer you leave it on, the worse it's going to be. He's going to go for the crucifix, and he drops him. Could that be it? A new champion? There's two. He got no. Oh, 2 3/4 count right there, but Thor is in trouble. He knows he's in trouble. The title is in trouble, and Mordecai perhaps about to become the new champion. Thor's not done, not yet. He fought too hard to get back to the top of the mountain here in the IWF, and he's not going to give it up here. Irish whips him to the ropes, back out front, leapfrog by the champion. Big boot to the face, and down goes Mordecai. And for the first time in the IWF, he's hurt. You see him writhing around on the mat indeed. Mordecai feeling that one. The effects reverberating through the arena here on Soundstage 23. Has him up, and now backbreaker. Thor has got him trapped in the backbreaker, the torture rack, if you would. Well, he couldn't get him to submit, but he definitely has him hurt. And Thor knows it. He could be setting up for hammer time at any point now. From the top rope. Oh, and he was going for the axe handle. And Mordecai was ready for him. Champion slips out the back door, chop block to the knee, back in control, and Thor with a clothesline, he missed! Smart move right there by the challenger. The timing was absolutely spot on, sending the champion to the floor, and as you can see, there is nothing to break your fall except for the concrete. It has been a night of brutality, ladies and gentlemen. We have seen some of the most grueling matches, and another pile driver on the concrete floor. When you drop a man on his head in general, it's going to bear a lot of ill will. But when you do it on the concrete floor, you're looking at a variety of different types of injuries that come with it. Thor coming off the top, got caught. Mordecai has an answer once again. And the champion is in trouble. The Judgment Day has arrived. We have a new champion. No, not yet. I'll tell you what, I thought so. I think everyone here in Soundstage 23 thought there was a new champion to be crowned. But Thor simply will not give up. Mordecai now, oh, what's he doing? From the middle rope, coming down across the back of the champion with a double axe handle, and he might be done. Hitting the ropes now. Missed. Thor's got to do something, and he's got to do it quickly. Big boot right to the face, and now Thor back in control. Can he put him away? Again, the torture rack. Referee is right there to see if he wants to give it up. Can you imagine if he were to get him to submit? Would have been absolutely monumental, but Thor could not draw the words "I quit" from him. Deadlifts him off the mat. Running power slam by the champion. Well, when you talk about main event, that's what you're getting right here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. These two men throwing caution to the wind. Shoulder block, and down to the floor he goes. Thor ramming Mordecai's arm onto the concrete floor and throws him into the stairs. Oh my God, head first. The incredible Thor right now living up to the name as he goes and opens up on Mordecai, who has been busted open. The theme of the night. And for the first time, Mordecai seems to be mortal. He has him a pile driver on the concrete floor. Mordecai is in a lot of trouble. That count is up to 7, and Thor picking him back up. What's he going to do with him? They both better pay attention to the count, and they will beat the count back in. Hammer time! As he came through the ropes, Thor with a hammer, and Thor retains the IWF Heavyweight Championship. What a match! I don't mind telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen some tremendous matches here tonight alone, but that one worth the price of admission by itself. As we take a look back at highlights and we look at the future, Thor will take the IWF Championship into July 6th. Star Spangled Slammer, Thor will be the champion. Well, look what he survived here, that crucifix. Now, from this angle, we can see his head struck the bottom rope. That was devastating, yet still able to pull through, still able to survive. As I said early on, Thor has gone through way too much to get to where he is right now. He was not going to allow this to happen. Fans, in the weeks to come, we're going to get more information on July 6th, Star Spangled Slammer. We're going to find out where. We're going to find out when. We're going to find out the who's. Still don't know who the guest referee is going to be now that Bobby Heenan has quit the company. Well, I can tell you this much. We do know Teddy Long has stated there is still going to be a special guest referee.
And still, International Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Tremendous victory. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you again next week. And, of course, July 6th for the Star Spangled Slammer. Good night.